Internet jeweler Scott Siska is suing the mother of his child, 21-year-old restaurant worker Julie Grabarkowitz, for false accusations of assault, the return of his belongings, and for biting him on the arm.
And this is case number 271 on the calendar, the matter of Siska versus Grabarkowitz. Fine, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated.
Mr. Siska, the defendant is your former girlfriend.
Correct.
And you also have a child together.
Correct.
Boy or a girl?
Boy.
How old?
Just turned a year, September 5th.
Am I correct that you have custody of this child?
That's correct.
And that the defendant was recently awarded visitation of the supervised nature with the child. Is that right?
Actually, the supervised visitation was recently put into effect. I had my son every other day as of June 1st, 2004.
But now you have supervised
Yes.
visitation. And you exercise that visitation?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to tell me what you're suing the defendant for, and then I'm going to try to figure out why you're suing her at all.
Okay. In May, I moved...
May of what year?
I'm sorry. 2003.
Well, okay, so well over a year ago.
Yes. I moved out of my apartment and was staying with Julie. It lasted maybe about a week and a half. We had an argument, and I left her apartment. About 3 days later, she called me up and told me that how she had filed a police report on me. And what actually took place that night was I allowed my dog to jump up on the bed with me to go to sleep. She got angry.
What kind of dogs did you have?
Siberian Husky.
A very large dog?
Yes.
Why?
She's my baby. Julie got very upset at it, jumped up and grabbed a hold of my dog, and I reached up and grabbed a hold of her arm. She went down and filed a police report the next day. About 2 months later, I get a letter in the mail asking me to be arraigned in court.
Okay, so that's the false charge that you're filing.
Correct.
Against her. Now, when was your son born?
September 5th of 2003.
Were you with her when your son was born?
No. I wasn't even called to the hospital.
Had you lived together between May of 2003 and September 2003?
No.
Did you see her?
Yes.
Did you spend the night together?
On a few occasions, yes.
I'm going to get her version of it, and then I'm going to rule on that part of your lawsuit, okay?
Okay.
You want to tell me what happened when the dog was called up on the bed to share the bed with you?
Okay, a Siberian Husky sheds horribly. I hated his dog. I still do. I reached for her collar to pull her off of the bed. I have a copy of the police report. He did not grab my arm. He grabbed my hair, and he twisted me around and started choking me. Threw me to the ground, at which point I tried to get away. I was yelling for my mom, who was sleeping out in the living room. Finally, I was able to get away from him. He proceeded to follow me into the living room, threatened my mom, threatened to have his mom fight my mom.
Okay.
And then, at which point, we finally convinced him that we were either going to call the cops or get out. You know, my mom said we should go to the police right away.
Okay, so that's your version of what happened. It wasn't just taking you by the arm. It was he was angry because you were pulling his Siberian Husky off the bed.
Yes.
Okay. Now, from May of 2003, after he left, until September of 2003, when your son was born, you socialized together?
Not frequently.
I didn't ask you frequently.
No, yes, we did.
You did? Okay. So whatever it was, you sort of made up.
Yes.
That's why you have no lawsuit, sir. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. There's such a thing in the law that we call condonation, which means even if she did file a police report because of, you say you grabbed her by the arm, she says it was a little more than that. After that happened, if you sleep together, which you say you did, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
You sort of condoned that conduct. She condoned your grabbing her by the arm, pulling her hair, twisting. She condoned it by sleeping with you. You got that? And if your version is correct, you condoned her filing this police report. Do you understand?
Yes.
So it was an expensive social event for you. I don't know how else to put that for daytime.
That sounded good to me.
Let's get to the next order of business.
Okay.
Go.
Well, about a month and a half ago, we went to the state fair in Michigan, and we got into another argument. It had to do with our son. She got upset at our son. This is why I went in for supervised. We were out in the parking lot, and I reached to grab for my son. She was holding him. She reached up and grabbed my arm.
You said you reached to grab your son. Why did you do that?
Because we were trying to get him in the car and all that and do the, you know, I says, here, let me see him, like that, and just went, you know, reached up to grab him. She grabbed a hold of my arm and bit it.
Did you do that?
No, Your Honor.
Well, what did you do?
No, I'm sorry. I did bite his arm.
See?
I'm
You
sorry.
see?
Yes, I should have said that.
Okay. Tell me why you bit his arm.
Okay, yes, I had gotten upset at my son.
Why?
He wasn't, you know, he's almost a year old. He was just, I was very tired. He was very tired. He was crying, and it just got to the point, I was like, all right, I put him in a stroller. Scott had him. I was walking ahead of him, trying to cool down. I have a temper. Towards the front of the park, when we were getting near the cars, I picked him up more or less to apologize to him, let him know, hey, Mommy was sorry.
Well, what had you done to him that you were apologizing to him for?
Nothing. I'd gotten upset.
Well, when you got upset...
I hadn't done anything physically to my son.
Had you yelled at him?
No.
Well, then what were you... Listen, what were you apologizing for? Were you speaking to him harshly because he wasn't behaving?
I
he was
probably
crying?
was.
So then you picked him up to tell him that you were sorry for screaming at him because he was probably still crying.
No, actually, at that point, he wasn't. He's very temperamental. He can cry at the drop of a hat. But anyways, Scott had no reason to grab Darian to put him into the car because it was my car. I had the keys.
So you were fighting over him?
More or less, yes. He grabbed me.
And so you bit his arm?
Yes.
So that's the assault that you are also suing her for, the assault because she bit your arm?
That's correct.
Listen, how long did you know her before you decided to make this baby together?
A few months.
That doesn't sound like good judgment, right?
No, you know,
Well, you got to start thinking with your noodle, sir.
I understand.
Right?
Yeah, I understand.
If you don't think with your noodle, lots of bad things happen. Sometimes you get a baby out of it that's a nice child, but you get a lot of aggravation if you think with other parts of your extremities. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, I understand.
All right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She smoked marijuana during the pregnancy and drank.
Was the baby born addicted to drugs?
And later today,
I just found out I have Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Why didn't you take her to the doctor?
I was sick.
Where was the boyfriend?
He'd just come home for lunch.
Why didn't he take her to the doctor?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Scott Siska says the mother of his child, 21-year-old Julie Grabarkowitz, owes for biting him on the arm. Julie says Scott wouldn't let go of their son.
So, did you receive medical treatment?
No, I didn't. I do have some pictures.
I'll take a look at the pictures.
I'd also like to, if I could, submit some other evidence here as far as the police report showing that I went like 5 times to court on that. I took her to a jury trial because of what happened with that incident.
You're talking about in May of 2003?
Yes.
Listen to me, sir. I believe that you took the case to trial and that eventually the case was dismissed. Is that right?
Yes.
Fine. I've just explained to you, and I assume you understood, that if you are intimate, don't come to me to complain a year and a half later that she did something wrong because now you're not getting along anymore.
Okay.
I told you before, sir.
Okay.
You didn't think with your noodle once.
You're right.
A month and a half ago when you went to the state fair together. Didn't think with you. If you're going to be the responsible parent, you have to start thinking with your head.
No, you're right.
Fine. Okay. You can't bite him.
I understand.
Biting, you have a bad temper, you have to go to anger management if you have a bad temper.
It's not that severe.
It's very severe, madam, if you are yelling at a year-old child that you don't have custody. Listen to me. He has custody of the child. He says, let's go to the state fair together as a family. A little bit of a mistake, but maybe, you know, under ordinary circumstances, if you're dealing with 2 rational people, that's a nice thing to do. You can't lose your temper because you're tired. You can't lose your temper. And if you do lose your temper, it suggests to me that either there is something clouding your judgment or you need some professional counseling. You have a baby that's a year old, and I assume that you want to be part of this child's life. This is your only child?
Yes.
The child is with his father?
Yes.
Who clearly still has a little bit of a soft spot for you because as of a month and a half ago, he was still extending an olive branch to go out and spend the day together, right?
Yes, I'm trying to...
Trying to work it through.
Well,
So
for
if
our
he's-
son's sake, you know.
So if he's trying to work it through, I suggest you get a little bit of help.
I don't want to work it through with him.
Not work it through with him. I'm not talking about working it through with him. I'm talking about working through your temper
Yes, I understand.
and your
that.
other problems that you may have. Meanwhile, sir, how badly were you bitten?
Well, I mean, bad enough that, you could see the marks in my arm. I mean, it was like bruised and, for a couple weeks.
Okay. And how much do you think she should compensate you for biting you on the arm?
Well, I think I put in there for like $600. It's all the aggravation that I deal with her on a daily basis.
This is not going to stop the aggravation.
No, I
This
understand.
is not going to stop the only thing that's going to stop the aggravation is if she gets some help.
Right, but she won't do that.
That's a big mistake. How old are you?
21.
You have a drug problem?
No.
Did you?
Yes, I used to.
What kind of drugs?
I used to do anything and everything.
When did you stop?
Over 3 years ago, anything and everything, and over almost a year ago for marijuana.
In the past 6 months, have you used any drugs?
No, I have not used anything, and I have proof to testify to that.
Was the issue of your drug use raised at the visitation hearing?
Yes, that is why I had a...
Are you working now, Julie?
Yes.
Full-time?
Yes.
Well, this indicates that as of June 4th, the hair follicle test indicated that there were no drugs in our system for a very long time.
They redid a drug test because Scott asked for me to go back for an assessment, at which point that was when they decided that I should attend AA-NA meetings.
Why? Was it positive?
No.
Okay.
Just because of my history.
Your Honor,
Okay. What?
here's the assessment.
Can I see it, please?
Yes. The reason why the full assessment was done, because I was aware of the stuff that she was doing and later found out I actually spoke to the laboratory directly that took the hair sample, and they did tell me that...
You can't tell me what the laboratory told you. Was this
Okay.
the report that you got?
Yes.
Well, Julie, the report that I'm looking at,
Horrible.
as far as I'm concerned, it's a positive report for you. There are things that I'm looking at and that I find sort of bode well for your future. You were able to practice abstinence from drugs and alcohol all during your pregnancy, according to this. And you had a long history of substance abuse.
Yes.
And that you tried on several occasions to get yourself clean. You even went into hospital on 2 occasions.
Yes.
But at least you knew enough to know that while you were pregnant, if you took drugs, that was going to have an impact on your baby. What?
That's not true. She smoked marijuana during the pregnancy and drank, and I was aware of it. That's what caused some of these arguments and the problems that we had. And I threatened custody before the baby was even born because of these issues. You know, I've tried to help the girl as much as I can, you know, because she is still my son's mother.
Right, and you picked her.
And, you know, the thing is, she doesn't learn.
She's tried. You know, the truth of the matter is she's tried. And for a young girl, for a baby, when she was 19 and 20, she's really tried. I'm not giving her any awards for using drugs, but I'm just telling you that this report seems to suggest that she's tried. May not have been totally successful, but she's tried. Was the baby born addicted to drugs?
No.
Was the baby born with fetal alcohol syndrome?
No.
Okay. Got to continue to work on it, Julie.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Scott Siska says the mother of his child, 21-year-old Julie Grabarkowitz, owes for biting him on the arm. Julie says Scott wouldn't let go of their son.
All right. Listen, you can't bite him. And it sounds to me as if you've got a very full plate, sir. You've got a baby to raise. Who helps you raise this baby?
My parents.
Okay, you living at home?
Yeah, I moved back.
Okay, so you brought their grandson and also your aggravation home with you. Because I'm sure that your parents at their stage in life didn't anticipate raising a year-old baby.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
No. And you work?
Yes.
So they really take care of him.
No, I work from home, so.
What kind of work do you do?
Internet.
What do you mean, internet?
Internet jewelry. I sell jewelry.
All right. Julie, you got to pay him $50 for biting him. No more biting.
Okay.
Right? You teach babies no more biting. No more.
I promise.
And do me a favor. Get it together.
I will.
You made a baby. You're supposed to try to be a good parent. So
I'm trying.
You're young enough. Do it. That's all.
Thank you.
What is our excuse? You may step out.
I'm going to take her words to heart and just try to follow them as much as possible.
This was more of a lesson, to, you know, to be taught here.
He's always tried to control me.
I don't feel I'm being controlling.
He gets upset and he throws his weight around.
Really, the controlling person is her mother.
Hopefully we can just tolerate each other and raise our son to the best of our capabilities. That's all I want.
I hope that things just, you know, we get along and, you know, raise our son, you know, civilly.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Perry versus Rashid. Step forward, please.
19-year-old waitress Colleen Perry is suing her sister, Jennifer Rashid, for wrecking her car. Jennifer says the vehicle had bald tires.
Miss Perry, the defendant is your sister.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're suing her because she borrowed your car and she totaled your car.
Yes,
so you
ma'am.
want her to pay for really a new car for you. You didn't have collision insurance on the car. And your sister says it's not her fault that the car was totaled because you gave her a car that was defective, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When did you borrow the car, Miss Rashid?
On August 18th, because I had a doctor's appointment. Colleen was supposed to bring me to the doctor's appointment.
Did you live together?
No. She and her boyfriend lived together, and I spent the night with her so she could take me to the doctor in the morning because my other sister, who I count on to take me to these doctor's appointments, I just found out I have Hodgkin's lymphoma. She couldn't do it, so Colleen was my chance to go to the doctor. She was my only way.
So you slept at her house the night before in order
Yes.
to go to the doctor,
Yes, ma'am.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't you take her to the doctor?
I was sick.
Where was the boyfriend?
He'd just come home for lunch.
So he was there.
Yes,
Why didn't he take her to the doctor?
because he had to go back to work.
What kind of work?
I'm an auto mechanic. I only get a 30-minute lunch. I come home early to try and wake her up, but she wasn't feeling good.
Okay, so you took the car because your sister wasn't feeling okay.
She wasn't feeling good, so I said, I'm going to take the car. And Eric told me, he said, well, if you take the car, you need to be careful because the tires are slick and you'll run right off the road. And that's exactly what I did. It was raining. It started to get kind of flooded. The water was about this high on the road.
Okay, so he told you that the tires were bad.
Yes.
So he warned you.
He warned me. But I still had to go to the doctor.
So you took the car anyway.
I did.
Were you present when your boyfriend told her that the tires were bald on the car?
I was laying down on the couch.
So you knew that the tires were bad on the car,
Yeah, the two back tires were bad.
and you let her take the car anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
So why are you suing her? You gave her a defective car. Why are you suing her?
Because when she wrecked the car, we went to the hospital. And at the hospital, she said that she would pay me back. She said, I don't know how I'll ever repay you, but I'll pay you back somehow.
Well, right now she doesn't want to pay you back. Right now she says you gave her a defective car and it almost killed her. Right? Which you did. You gave her a defective car. Why in the world would she pay you for putting her in a position where she could have been killed?
But she knew that the risks whenever she took
You
the car.
knew the risks.
But she knew, too.
She sure did. You placed her in harm's way. You should have said to her, you know, you can't take this car. This car is in very bad shape, and you can't take the car because if you take the car, you may get killed, and I don't want to be responsible. So goodbye. Your case is dismissed.
Excuse, you may step out.
25-year-old soldier Jonathan Pasquinelli is suing his former live-in girlfriend, 24-year-old Laura Weathers, for rent and utilities. Jonathan says while he was in Iraq, Laura didn't pay their bills.
All rise. Now, this is case number 278 on the calendar in the matter of Pasquinelli versus Weathers. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Bird,
Yep.
would you get the defendant a sweater, please, or have her go outside and get herself a sweater?
Okay.
She looks cold to me. We'll be with you in a moment, sir. Oh, that's much better. Much, much better. Mr. Pasquinelli, according to your complaint, you and Miss Weathers lived together for a period of time. You rented an apartment together, you were splitting the bills. And then you were deployed to the Gulf.
Yes.
And it was your arrangement with the defendant that she was going to stay in the apartment, that you would continue to pay half the rent, and she would pay half the rent, and she would pay all the utilities since she was living in the apartment.
Yes.
You returned from the Gulf and found that she had not paid the rent, that the utilities were never paid, and according to you, she owes you a bundle of money.
Yes.
The defendant says that she only lived in the apartment for 5 months after you left, and you agreed to cover her rent because she was a little short, and in addition, she never received the utility bills. They went directly to your parents' house. That's your defense?
Correct.
All right. When did you move into the apartment together, Miss Withers?
November,
What was your financial agreement?
that we would split the rent and the utilities while he was
How much was
away.
your share of the rent?
$675.
Is that correct, sir?
No, it was actually $575.
And how long did you pay the $575?
Up through January, February.
Through January. When were you deployed to the Gulf, sir?
January 17.
Now, what about the utilities? Did you pay half of the utilities up until he went away?
I did.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes, she did.
Now, how did your agreement change, Miss Weathers, when he left for the Gulf and he was no longer living there?
I actually ended up getting a DUI because my truck broke. I had a tire. It was a brand new truck, and he had said that while I was paying my $3,000 lawyer and all my fines and my truck, that I wouldn't have to pay and that we would do it. I would get it
No,
back
just
to
look
you
at me.
eventually.
And what?
That it was until I was able to. I could just pay what I could.
Was there a full sentence there someplace that I didn't hear?
I don't know how to break it down exactly.
Try speaking in a full sentence, you know, with a beginning and a middle and an end and a start and a finish.
I would just pay what I could when I could.
There you go. That wasn't
There you
hard,
go.
was it?
It was fine.
So how much did you pay?
$300,
When did you deposit $300?
February.
Show me.
I know he has his bank statement he can prove. I even called his mother to get his bank information.
Well, if you called his mother to get his bank information, that means that what you were doing is you were paying the entire rent out of his bank account. Is that right?
Oh, before he left, he gave them checks in full.
Really?
Yes, Your Honor.
How was she supposed to pay her half?
I left her deposit slips for my bank account to deposit it directly into my checking account.
So it was all taken out of your bank, and
Yes.
she never deposited any money. She says in February she deposited $300. I'm just curious. Do you have any indication of that?
I don't, but I will say that's true. She did deposit that money.
So your agreement now, according to you, now that we've got a full sentence, Ms. Withers, was that when you could, you would pay him back.
That's correct.
After the $300, when did you start paying him back?
I didn't.
Why?
Because we were talking, and it was just pretty much that whenever I could pay it, I would, and at the time, I couldn't. So eventually, you know, we would just come out in the end. I have an email.
There's a sentence there.
It's coming.
There's a sentence there. I know it's coming.
It's coming. I have an email. There's the sentence from him.
I have an email. That's perfect. 4 words. Sounds just about right.
So, just basically him saying that he knows that I can't pay it, and eventually we will get through it.
Well, that's pretty much what you said. I don't know what was awesome. Something was awesome before we got to the rent.
Oh, we did thousands of emails, so the headlines were a little wacky.
Oh, I see. And he does indicate here, I know you are trying and doing what you can, and I know you'll get me when you can. So, what are you doing now, Miss Withers?
Now I don't understand.
What are you doing now?
In regard to paying him back?
In regard to your life, what are you doing?
I'm an accountant.
An accountant. That's a good thing. So you deal in numbers.
Correct.
And who do you work for?
I was working for Quintera. Right now I'm in between.
How are you supporting yourself again?
Well, unemployment.
Who is this?
This is Anthony.
Anthony. I assume Anthony has a last name?
Palazzo.
And what does Anthony do?
He's also an accountant. He's my boyfriend.
Do you live together?
Correct.
So now you're paying the bills?
Yes.
Not like that at all. This is...
Just a second. Good for you.
That's not the case. Don't make it look like that, because that's not the case.
Looks like the case to me. Looks like he went overseas. I'm sure it wasn't easy over there, and he's expecting you to do the right thing. Instead of doing the right thing, you got yourself drunk. You had an accident with your car. Correct. It's not his fault that you had to pay $3,000 in lawyers and fines and everything else that you had to pay because of your own irresponsible behavior while he was away. And so my question is, when do you expect to start paying him back? He expected you to pay him back.
Actually, before he did this, I'd set it up where I'd be paying him $300 a month. And he was okay with it. And the next thing I know, I'm getting this in the mail. Right after we had had a phone conversation, I'd given him $100 just for that week because he had come back.
What did she say when she gave you the $100?
She didn't deliver it to me. Her boyfriend did.
And what did he say?
He didn't really say much.
Stand up. Anthony.
Yes.
What did you say when you delivered the $100?
I was just the carrier. I was just dropping it off, gave him $100.
Good. So you had a conversation with Miss Withers. Is that right?
Correct.
And what did Miss Withers tell you about the $100?
She said that she owed him $100, drop it off after work. And on my way home from work, I just dropped it off, didn't have any conversation.
Anthony.
Yes.
If my girlfriend with whom I was living, or my boyfriend with whom I was living, said to me, here, take $100 to my ex-boyfriend, I owe it to him, I would ask, what for? Unless you're a drone and just do things as you're told.
No, I knew she owed him money.
Okay. Now,
But
what did
she
you...
couldn't
Stop
afford that.
speaking.
Okay.
You knew she owed him money.
Yes.
Is that because she told you she owed him money?
Yes.
And how much money did she say she owed him?
She did not tell me exact amount.
What did she tell him she owed the money for?
She didn't tell me either. I just
And
knew.
you didn't ask?
I didn't ask.
You are some inquisitive guy.
Thanks. Thanks.
You're only interested in the important things, right?
That's correct.
Oh, that's right. I'm not going there.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now, you, Anthony, look like a relatively normal person. Yeah. So don't play games with me, sir. Do we understand each other?
We do.
You don't want me to embarrass you, do you? I'm capable of it, you know.
And later today...
2:30 in the morning is not an appropriate time to go visiting, sir.
It's a booty call, Your Honor.
What?
It's a booty call. She always calls
Don't be smart.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jonathan Pasquinelli says former live-in girlfriend Laura Weathers owes for rent and bills while he was deployed in Iraq.
Anthony, what do you do for a living, sir? You're an accountant?
I'm actually a financial advisor.
So you're not a dummy, right?
No, I'm not.
If my girlfriend said to me, I owe my ex-boyfriend money, you would say, what do you owe money for, honey? How much do you owe him? Did you have a payment schedule? What are you going to do? Those are the questions that a normal person would ask. Now, you, Anthony, look like a relatively normal person. Yeah. So don't play games with me, sir. Do we understand each other?
We do.
You don't want me to embarrass you, do you?
No.
Any more than I've done already? I'm capable of it, you know.
Okay.
Now, when did you have a discussion with her about how much and what she owed him the money for?
We really never discussed how much she owed. I just knew that she owed him money, and that was it. I didn't really want to know how much. I didn't want to get involved because I didn't want to get in the middle between money because I know how people act around money, so.
You didn't want to be responsible.
Correct.
Now, Anthony.
Yes.
That's smart.
Thank you.
Because if you say, how much do you owe, and she tells you, the temptation might be there to say, let me give it to you because I don't want you to have any connection with him anymore.
Correct.
So you didn't do that.
I didn't want to know. And
why didn't you want to know, Anthony?
Because I didn't want to know how much it was. It could have been a lot, it could have been a little. I didn't want to know.
Well, you said I didn't want to know 3 times, and so I'm asking you, why didn't you want to know? Weren't you curious?
No.
Weren't you a little curious,
I was not. Not at all.
When were you deployed, sir? In January?
January 17th.
When did you get home?
July 31st.
So she was there ostensibly for 5 months, is that right?
I don't know when she left.
I don't care when she left. She was there for 5 months.
Fine.
That she owes you money for. And she owes you $2,875. Now, tell me about the utility bills.
When I got home, I had a $617 gas and electric bill.
Can I see it, please? What were you doing there?
I wasn't even there.
You were making wine? What were you doing?
I have no idea. I
Actually,
wasn't.
This is gas and electric also. And these are unopened. Just, I didn't know if...
Can I see the unopened ones, please?
This is actually cable, which I'm not allowed to have cable in San Diego anymore because the bill's not paid.
You live at 9215?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and these were sent to 9215? Well, she paid you $300, so I'm deducting that from the $28.75, leaving $25.75. And here is a bill. Ooh, past due, date mailed, May 3rd. You would still be there, right?
No, I moved out in the beginning, in the beginning of May. I wasn't there.
Well, this is mailed on May 3rd, so you owe $574.27 for this. Cable.
I tried disconnecting that because, number 1, I'm not home. Number 2, we have no computer, which we needed internet for. And because my name wasn't on it, I couldn't disconnect it.
Why didn't you email him?
Name's on the bill.
Shh. Why didn't you email him and tell him?
No, that's the time.
Listen to me. Why didn't you email him and tell him to cancel it?
I did. I had emailed
Show me.
him.
Show me.
I don't have that email.
Anthony.
Yes.
Where were you working in May?
In May, I was working at Quintera.
And where was she working?
Quintera. That's how I met him.
So that's how you met in May. When did she move in with you, Anthony?
I would say...
In July.
Jump! Didn't ask you. I asked him.
Beginning of June.
So from May, whatever, when you moved out until you moved in with Anthony here, where were you living?
I was just staying at friends as I was going back and forth because it was closer to my house.
What house?
Or not my house, but to my work. It was just easier because I lived pretty far from work.
Ever been married, Anthony?
No.
Don't do this one.
You getting the drift?
I do.
You do get, I know that you get it, Anthony. I'm looking at your eyes.
She went wine tasting and forgot to pay the bill in February.
I didn't go wine tasting.
You told
Sir, listen to me.
There was a $69 late payment on that bill.
$3,688.
Sounds good to me.
Very good. And say, who is this young lady?
This is my sister.
Very nice young lady, very nice.
Thank you.
Say, thank you. I got home safely, right?
Yes.
I didn't make any big mistakes over there, and I didn't make any big mistakes over here. Got it?
Got it.
That's all. Thank you.
Parties are executed. You may step out.
I felt it was falling apart the second week we moved in together.
It's over, it's done with, and we don't need to start talking schmack.
I just hate that he has such a big heart and he was taken advantage of.
They said there's food left out. They said it was just disgusting looking. They said it was unfit for living.
He's emailing me now, trying to break us up.
It's over, it's done with. I just want him out of my life. I want to just be done with it, through.
She's nuts.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Lane versus Eberspacher. Step forward.
27-year-old Lisa Lane is suing her ex-boyfriend, 27-year-old Scott Eberspacher, for the cost to fix her bedroom window. Lisa claims Scott was trying to wake her up by throwing rocks.
All right, Lisa, how long were you dating Scott here when he made this nocturnal visit to your house?
About a month and a half.
Who do you live with?
I live with myself and my son.
And Scott was supposed to be over, according to your complaint, at about 10 o'clock that evening. Or he's
Right.
supposed to be over that evening, and he shows up at what time, Scott?
I got there around approximately 2:20 in the morning.
Why?
There was no set time, Your Honor.
How old is her child?
He would be 4.
There was no set time?
He was supposed to be
2:30
there
in the morning is not an appropriate time to go visiting, sir.
It's a booty call, Your Honor.
What?
It's a booty call. She always calls
Don't be
late.
smart.
He's supposed to be
Just
there
a
before
second.
9.
Don't be... Listen, when I speak to you, you'll answer me.
Right.
According to your complaint, he was supposed to be there at 10. He wasn't there at 10. You locked the doors. He came 2 o'clock in the morning, rang the bell, whatever. You didn't answer. So he went to your window and he threw a rock at your window to get your attention. He got your attention. He broke the window. He came in. You spent the night together. Later on, you said, I want him to pay for the window.
I didn't know the window was broken.
All
until
right.
the next
Later on,
morning.
they found the window broken and you want him to pay for the window. That's what the case is.
I have a videotape showing a scenario of how he did it.
I don't care how he did it. You're not dating him anymore?
No.
What does that mean? That was a hesitation.
No, I do not date him anymore. He's too irresponsible.
So you haven't... When was the last time you saw him, Miss Lane? Is not an answer, madam.
I don't remember. It was like a month or so ago.
And when did this incident happen?
It was after the window was broke, because we joked about it, because he didn't really mean to break the window.
When did he break the window?
In April.
Okay. She says you broke the window, sir.
I didn't break the window, Your Honor.
I have the text message where he says he'll pay for it.
Oh. Is that dated?
Yes.
Okay. Show it to Bird, because he is
'Cause
my
I
electronic...
sent-
I'm speaking. He is my electronic genius.
And so, if you just want to give that to the judge, then.
No, he doesn't give it to me. He's my electronic eyes and ears.
Scott Gold, you want me to find, but I say that this is why you pay association and insurance. I will probably never talk to you again if you want to go that route, so it's up to you.
What's the date of that?
May
Just go to the date.
May 29th.
Very good. And did you fix the window?
Yes, I did. And I have pictures of when it was broken.
I'd like to see the picture.
And I have the actual rocks, too. Here's the receipt, and here's the pictures when it was broken. Do you want the rocks?
You want the rocks?
No. Stick the rocks back where they were. These are the best pictures you could take.
I took a video flicks on my camera phone, and that's the best that we could come up with for a still shot. But I have the videotape right here that...
I'm not interested in it.
Okay.
April 27th at 2:20 a.m. is when I went over to Lisa's house. And at that time, when I did, in fact, I tossed a ball, and then I tossed a very tiny pebble the size of a dime. Did not break the window. Matter of fact, the next morning when she'd walked out, we walked out together, there was no broken glass or anything to my appearance or her appearance.
That's not English, to my appearance or to her appearance.
Okay. To my knowledge and to her knowledge, there was nothing broken.
Don't tell me about her knowledge. So your knowledge, there
To
was
my
no,
knowledge, there was
no
nothing
broken
broken.
window. Well,
Correct.
then your knowledge is limited. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $360. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Wow.
22-year-old recovery specialist Sophia Diaz is suing her stepmother, theme park ticket taker Donna Diaz, for the return of a quilt. Sophia says the quilt belonged to her late stepfather.
This is case number 100 on the calendar in the matter of Diaz versus Diaz.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Miss Diaz, the defendant was married to your stepfather. Is that right?
Correct.
And I assume that this was a gentleman who helped to raise you,
Correct.
and he passed away.
Yes.
According to you, he was given a gift during his illness of this quilt.
Correct.
And the quilt is supposed to be yours.
Yes.
You want it. And I will call her your stepmother, says that the quilt is not yours. Anything that would belong to her husband is hers.
Yes.
Right? How long were you married?
14 years.
So this was a long-term marriage.
Yes.
And what was his name?
Anthony Diaz.
How long was Anthony married to your mother?
4 years legally.
So that your stepmother had a much longer-term marriage to Anthony than your mother did, right?
Right.
How did that quilt come into your possession?
Sophia's grandmother made it for...
Sophia, this is Sophia.
Sophia's grandmother had made it for us for Christmas.
Maternal grandmother or paternal
Yes,
grandmother?
her mother's mother.
Okay, is that person here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
You made the quilt?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why don't you step up? It's beautiful. Tell me your name.
My name is Ethel Copenhaver.
This is Copenhaver?
Yes.
When did you make this quilt?
I started in April of 2003.
And you made it for Anthony?
Yes, I did.
And tell me about the moment that you gave it to him. When did you give it to him?
I gave it to him the Sunday after Thanksgiving of 2003 in my living room.
What did you say to him when you gave it to him?
I told him that this was for his early Christmas present, and it's to go back to Sophia if anything happened to him because he was very ill.
Well, you understand that you can't make that direction because you can't give a gift with strings, even if I believe that you said that to him.
Yes.
I'm not sure I believe that. Even if you did say that to him, you gave it to him as an early Christmas present.
Yes.
Once you make a gift, it's gone. You can't make a gift with sticky fingers. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
But I assume that you liked Anthony.
Oh, yes, he's been in my life
And your
30-something years, yes.
And he
though
was a
they-
very nice man.
Oh, definitely.
Did you like his wife?
I only saw her occasionally.
But they were married for 14 years.
Yes.
So I assume that in his final days, she took care of him?
I believe so, yes.
Sophia didn't take care of him?
Yes, she did when he had surgery.
You lived with your father?
No, I did not. I reside in Downey, and they reside in Anaheim. And I would actually, he had surgery, hip surgery. I would come from work during my lunch to take care of him while she would work. And I would come on the weekends.
So you would go lunchtime?
Yeah, during lunch. And on the weekends, I'd come and take care of him because he wasn't able to walk with his hip.
So you came over to see
Yeah.
him? But she took care of him, right?
Right.
How long was he sick?
He actually got sick worse these last 2 years.
But he was sick for a long time before that.
He had diabetes and hepatitis C.
Now, why do you think you're entitled to this quilt?
Well, my grandma, she's very creative, and I know she puts a lot of time and effort into what she does. Our whole house is filled with quilts. My grandma means a lot to me, and so does, well, we call him Tony Anthony, who you can call my stepfather, but I don't think you can put a title on someone who loves me, and I love him very much. I thought that me and my mom got together, and maybe Grandma can create something for him. You know, he's not able to walk and get around, and he can hold on to something. You know, regardless of marriage and divorce between my mom and my stepmom, you know, Donna, we welcomed her into our family. My aunts and uncles welcomed her. It was a weird kind of family relationship, but we all worked it out. You know?
Good.
And he was aware that when it was given to him that it can go to me.
If he was aware that the idea was for you to have the quilt, he would have made those arrangements.
Well, she had actually agreed. She said, I would never do anything or take anything away from you. When my dad did pass, items that I've given to him for Father's Day, his birthday, she'd given back to me. And she
Right.
said, after
Good.
the memorial...
That was very nice of her to do that.
Right, I agree.
She doesn't have to do that. The law doesn't tell us she should do that. She is his next of kin, not you. So if you gave your father gifts and Miss Diaz gave them back to you, she didn't have to do that. Those things belong to her. Do you understand that?
I do.
Do you really understand that, or are you just saying I do?
No, I do understand.
They belong to her. And the fact that she gave them back to you suggests to me that she's a nice lady. So why would you sue her for this quilt?
It's actually something that's from my family to him, and knowing that he was ill, he named the quilt after my grandmother, which is Ethel, and that was his quilt that he was laying with, ill with, and those moments I would like to have those.
Well, you can't. Your stepfather died married to somebody for 14 years, somebody who took care of him, who nurtured him. She's not somebody who's denying you a memento of him, a piece of something that he wore, that I don't know whether she gave you jewelry or clothes. What kinds of things did she give back to you at the memorial?
After he had passed, she had given my mom's rings back from my dad.
Just a second. So she gave your mother back jewelry.
Correct.
Something that she didn't have to do.
No.
She did it because she's a good person. Because all the jewelry belongs to her. You understand that?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Good. What else did she give back to you?
An apron, kind of like a barbecue set, shirts that I've given him, funny slogans and stuff. Just little doodads.
So lots of sentimental things.
Correct.
Things that she felt as if she wanted both you and your mother to have. So other than the fact that you would like to have that quilt and the fact that you have no legal claim to it.
I do have a statement from an officer that said she would clean the quilt and return it to me.
Why did you get an officer involved?
When my mom had called and spoke to her, she was actually going to give me my dad's Ford Ranger truck. Actually, she loaned it to me, and in writing she said after the memorial, because my car was having some troubles, after the memorial we would talk serious about it. And I said, okay. She said she would write it over to me. I was like, oh, thank you, that's great. And a couple weeks after the memorial, my mom called and asked her for the status, what about the truck? And she says, I said nothing of the sort. And so I just left it, my mom left it as that, and then said, well, what about the quilt?
So after she said to your mother, I'm not giving her the truck, then what you just said to me was, well, then we said, well, what about the quilt?
Correct.
Now, I got it. See, you just got to keep asking the questions.
Keep plowing away.
Keep plowing away. You're going to get it.
That's right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Why didn't you just leave?
I was backing up, and she kept getting in my face.
So what did you call the police for?
I wanted to get the quilt back.
Now I got it.
And later today,
my daughter over here decides the curfew is 10 o'clock, you get off the phone. She's on the phone with
I'm not talking about curfew. That's what I'm here about. Listen to me. I'm not a therapist.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to be a therapist.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sophia Diaz says her stepmother, Donna Diaz, won't return a quilt that belonged to her late stepfather.
I just want to know one thing. Before we go any further, you still didn't answer my question. How did the police get involved in this case?
Okay, when my mom asked about the quilt, she said, come pick up your effing quilt, and she hung up. My mom tried to call back, and there was no answer. So I was like, okay, let's drive over there. So we drove over there, and she wasn't at her door. She was at her neighbor's door, which is Christine. And I knocked on Christine's door. Her daughter answered and said, oh, hi, Sophia, because I'm well aware of her as well. Her daughters know me. And she goes, oh, come on in. And I said, hi, Christine. I go, I have a video of Donna's, and Donna said to come pick up our effing quilt. She goes, my friend doesn't want to talk to you. She put Donna in her back room. And I said, she said that I can come pick it up. And then she goes, Christine had actually gotten in my face and said, get out of her house. I said, I'm not doing anything. Your daughter let me in your house.
How did the police get there?
She said she was going to call the cops on me because I was in her house. But her daughter let me in. And I said, you know what? That's okay, because she got face-to-face with me. And I said, I'll call them for you. I'm not doing anything wrong. And her husband was going to force me out of their front door in the apartment.
Why didn't you just leave?
I was backing up, and she kept getting in my face.
So what did you call the police for?
I wanted to get the quilt back.
Now I got it. Did any other members of their family call you for things that belong to your husband?
Friends had called on behalf of Kathy and asked me to be a good person and give up anything that she wants me to give.
Like what?
Like the quilt, the truck.
Was this before or after you gave her back her jewelry?
After.
Yeah, come on up.
I'm really dying to say something.
Well,
here.
I'll listen to you, madam.
Okay, I'm Sophia's mother, Kathy.
I understand who you are.
I don't feel that she has the right, because we did give it to Tony, with an exception that if anything were to happen to him...
I just explained to you, you cannot do that. Do you understand? You cannot give a gift with a rubber band on it. If Tony, who was the recipient of the gift, wanted his stepdaughter to have the quilt, was he lucid when you gave him the quilt?
He was very ill at the time.
Was he lucid is my question.
I don't know what that means, Your Honor.
Was he aware of his surroundings?
Yes.
If he was aware of his surroundings, then what he does is he creates a document. And a document says what and how he wants his property disposed of. But he did not. And the law says that without a will, she is his beneficiary. Period.
No matter
did
if
he
she
have a
even
will?
agreed?
What?
No matter if she agreed at that moment? Yes, okay, I won't do that to Sophia. I won't, you know.
Listen to me. The quilt belongs to her. And what I don't understand is how a family, this extended family, which managed to maintain itself for all those years over a thing, could become a family where police are called to come to her home to take a piece of property, especially when she was really pretty nice. She said, I want everybody to have something of his, because we all cared about him. I'm going to give you some jewelry that was his. I'm going to give you all the mementos that you want from his life and things that you gave him that may be important to you. That belongs to her. Your case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm sorry it had to come down to this.
She is aware of the value it is to me. She knows how much it meant to me.
I love this quilt.
I didn't want to see this happen. I didn't want to make the outcome this way.
I want to keep it.
It's very hard.
I feel really bad because I love this family.
I want my dad to rest in peace.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Estrada versus Estrada. Step forward, please.
Homemaker Morning Bear Estrada is suing her daughter, 19-year-old waitress Deanna Estrada, for the cost of internet classes, allowing her to graduate high school, and for the cost of her prom dress. Deanna says it's not her responsibility to pay for school expenses.
Mrs. Estrada, this is your daughter, and you're suing her because you say that she owes you for some classes that she had to take over the internet in order to graduate from high school.
Yes.
And she owes you for money that you laid out for her prom dress and for her yearbook and for the shoes for graduation and expenses for graduation, which she should pay you for. And that she showed her appreciation by taking off and leaving in the middle of the night to go live with her boyfriend a few months ago.
Correct.
And she's totally ungrateful. And your daughter says that you're her mom and you're supposed to take care of these things for her.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay. Did you tell your mom you would pay her back for laying out the money for these classes?
No, there was no agreement on for
I didn't
both
ask
parts.
you there's just no. I asked you whether you told your mom you would pay her back.
No.
When did she tell you she would pay you back?
Basically from day one, Your Honor.
Well, explain that to me.
Basically, Deanna was going to flunk. And her counselor said that in order for Deanna to graduate from high school, she needed basically these classes. She needed night school, regular class, plus the internet courses. Each class cost an arm and a leg. My daughter over here decides the curfew is 10 o'clock, you get off the phone. She's on the phone with
I'm not talking about curfew. That's
I
what I'm
brought
here
that-
about. Listen to me. I'm not a therapist.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to be a therapist. You're here to try to demonstrate to me that you had an agreement with your daughter first to pay for those classes, because I tell you quite frankly, Miss Estrada, I'm shocked that you are pursuing money from her for these classes that enabled her to graduate from high school. But that's what parents do.
Exactly.
They make sure that their children graduate from high school in order to give them a start. And if they haven't done the right thing, or if they've stayed on the phone, or if they've come home late after curfew, kids do that. It's not terrific, but kids do that. But their parents still don't pursue them in court for education, especially high school education.
I understand that.
Good. So if you understand it, you want to explain to me why you're here?
I'm suing my daughter is I didn't have to do any of this. I could have opted to let her flunk like any parent. But if you love your kids and you want them to succeed in life, you don't give up. I didn't have to spend that kind of money for my daughter. I wanted them to go out there and make it on their own. That's our job. She had.
You know, that's a lot of double speak that you're giving me, Mrs.
She had
Estrada.
she has
Mrs.
a good
Estrada,
mom. Yes, ma'am.
that's double talk.
Basically, Deanna sat in my house, Your Honor, and told her mom, the reason she doesn't show me respect is because she has none for me.
You think that you're going to garner respect for her by suing her?
No, ma'am, like I told her, I've earned the respect. I don't need it from my daughters. I've earned it.
Listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you suing her for the money?
Because we both have the agreement in order for her to go to night school and internet courses, that she wanted to graduate on time at the beginning. And I said, well, that's what I'm here. You know, if you want me to help you, she says, Mommy, once I get a job, I'll pay you back.
Excuse me, that's not true.
One.
Not true.
From day one.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Honestly, on my part, I don't think I should be paying her back because that is her job to help me graduate.
Did you tell her? Listen to me. Deanna, did you say to your mom, if you help me out so that I can graduate on time, when I get a job, I'll pay you back?
No, I did not.
Now let's talk about the prom dress. Did she or did she not go to the prom?
Yes, ma'am. She did go to the prom.
So what are you here for with the prom dress? I don't
As far
understand
as the
that.
prom dress, no, because when she took the prom dress, she's like, oh, I didn't want to go to my prom. I didn't need to go to my prom. The agreement was she wanted to go to her prom as long
I don't know,
as...
Mrs. Estrada.
Yes,
why are you here, madam?
I'm suing my daughter for the simple fact, when my daughter tells me she has no respect for her mother after putting the effort in.
Mrs. Estrada,
and the agreement was she was
Mrs.
supposed
Estrada,
to pay me.
I think that it's a very bad idea that you sue your daughter.
I understand, Your Honor.
And I think that you did no more for your daughter than any other parent should do for their child, which is ensure that they graduate from high school no matter what it takes, even if you have to put yourself into a little bit of debt.
I agree with you.
To provide her with the prom dress and prom tickets and whatever else it needs so that she could, in fact, go to the prom and have that as a memory. That's what every parent does. You don't have the right to come to court and sue your daughter.
I cannot even afford this,
listen
ma'am,
to
Your
me.
Honor.
Then you shouldn't have done it.
That's just my point was...
Listen to me. Then you shouldn't have done it. If you can't afford it, don't do it.
That's why she said that she would pay me back if I would
Mrs.
help her
Estrada?
out. Yes, ma'am.
I don't believe that your daughter... I'm speaking. I don't believe that your daughter promised to pay you back for these things at the time they were done.
I have
and
proof.
whether or not...
I do have the proof.
Mrs. Estrada, From me, you get nothing.
Well, Your Honor,
Zero. Listen to me, Miss Estrada. Nothing. You did no more than what any parent of a child in high school is supposed to do, which is ensure that they graduate from high school. And if you didn't have the money to do it, you shouldn't have done it.
Exactly.
Good. Goodbye.
Why is that excuse me? Step out.
Brenda Nicholson is suing her nephew, 23-year-old Donald Frank Jr., for smashing her TV and VCR. Donald says Brenda assaulted his mother.
Come to order. All rise. Now, it's case number 125 on the calendar in the matter of Nicholson versus Frank. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, folks. Have a seat.
Miss Nicholson, this young man is your nephew, and it is your claim that during some sort of a family dispute, your nephew purposely broke your television, which was a combination television VCR. And Mr. Frank says that it did break during the course of this altercation, an altercation that was started by you, involving his mother, when you made a scene in the house. It was an unfortunate accident, but it was brought about because of your behavior. When did this incident take place, Miss Nicholson?
Approximately December 13th, 2004.
I gather from your complaint that you had been temporarily staying with your sister?
Yes, I have been staying with my sister.
Why?
Basically, I did not want to live by myself when my youngest son graduated from high school.
So your sister took you in?
Yes.
That was very nice of her. So what happened on December 13th?
I came home from Savon's. I had took the bus to Savon, took a taxi home. When I came home on the taxi, I had one key to one of the locks on the door, but there were two locks on the door, and someone's always locking one of the locks. So the one key I had was no good. So I had to knock on the door and let somebody...
You got ahead of yourself. You took a taxi home, but you had no money.
I took a taxi home, but I didn't have enough money to pay the taxi.
So if you took a taxi home, you didn't have enough money. You didn't have money.
Yeah, so I needed to get in the house.
Why didn't you take the bus home?
It was getting late, and I was doing homework. And so I didn't want to take the bus. I had got orange juice and cranberry juice and notebook paper. I needed notebook paper because I ran out of notebook paper doing my homework. I go to DeVry University. So I was getting the taxi because I have a bad back, and I didn't want to be carrying all this stuff. It's a long walk from the bus stop to her house. So I got a taxi, didn't have enough change. I need to go in the house, go in my little locked cabinet.
How much money did you need?
About $3.
So?
So when you have a taxi waiting, you know, they can call the police if they think you're not coming back. So it was taking so long at the door, I start ringing the doorbell and saying, hey, it's me, Brenda, at the door. Come open the door. I got a taxi waiting. Well, they didn't want to come to the door for some reason, so I started banging on the door. Open the door. I got a taxi waiting. You know, they took their time coming to the door. So when my sister did come to the door, she stood there like, so? And I said, Deborah, it's me. Open the door. I got a taxi waiting. And then she said, so? And then she finally opened the door, and I said, gee, you know, it's a lot of trouble when you have a taxi waiting. They can call the police on you. It's a serious matter. And, you know, I just want to get some money to pay this taxi. That's when Donald come out the door and said, Mama, you don't have to take that off of her. And I'm going like, what does he got to do with it? But I had to unlock my cabinet to get my money out of it. And so when I went outside and paid the taxi real quick, and he said, thank you, no problem, and came back in, I said, Donald, it ain't none of your business what I got to do with your mother when I'm talking to her about something I got to do. And he goes, Mama, you don't have to take that. You should sock her. And that's when all this stuff got started. So she got all up in my face with, I don't know what she was saying, but here come her boyfriend talking about, yeah, you should kick her. And he grabbed me, and she went to hit me, but I was falling back because he was grabbing me, and I socked her, and I was kicking and everything because they had me, you know, and I'm going like, I'm trying to defend myself. They swinging, and he had me by this side, and I don't know, he knocked me on my couch. And he was laying all on my left side, which later became all bruised up and in a lot of pain. I had to go see the doctor behind all that, okay? And then he went over, and I don't know, started having a fit. He went over there and just took my TV up and went to the middle of the floor, and I'm up here watching my TV get bashed into the floor. Kabam! Then it's not a combined set. He went and got the VCR next. And he went and he bammed it into the floor. And I'm going like, what is he doing? At the same time, I'm down here, she up there, and then he went that way.
Enough. I heard enough.
And I got pictures.
Say something, Tommy.
I'll take the pictures if you be quiet.
So can I tell you something else?
No. Donald, do you like your aunt, or did you like her before December 13th?
Yes, I love my aunt.
So tell me what happened on December 13th.
She came home, she beating on the door, loud like she the police. Then she got mad because she didn't have enough money. That's her fault.
What did she say?
I don't really know what she said.
Remember what time it was?
It was like 11 o'clock. I had to be in the, I had to go to work in the morning.
But his music was loud?
I didn't listen to me. See how quiet he was when you were telling me what happened?
Yes.
That's how quiet I want you to be now.
Okay.
And then my mother opened the door. She started hollering and fussing at her. She ran out the door. She came back and kept on fussing. And then they just started getting in each other's face, arguing, and then she started throwing blows. I was trying to break up the fight, and she was still trying to kick her. And I was holding her, and I hit the TV because she kicked her, and she bumped into me, and I went like that, and it just fell. And that's how it went.
Anything else break other than her TV and VCR?
The VCR is not even hers.
Whose is it?
That's my cousin's.
You mean she didn't bring it when she moved into the house?
No. My
Is that
cousin
right?
brought that there.
That's true.
So it's just the TV?
Yes.
But the VCR did get broken?
No.
She says it got broken. It would be helpful for you if the VCR also got broken.
I don't really know what happened to the VCR.
Well, she says the VCR got broken, accidentally.
Yeah, accidentally, yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Let's say $200 that you could buy a new 19-inch color television set for.
Yes, at that time.
No, today.
Oh, today it costs much less.
And later today,
So you acknowledge, sir, that this one was bogus.
That's what you saying. I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I said
Yeah,
that's
now,
what you guys
hey,
said.
Bronx,
That's what you guys said. I
Brooklyn,
didn't say
listen
that.
to me very carefully, sir. Uncross your hands.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Brenda Nicholson says her nephew, Donald Frank Jr., smashed her TV in a fit of rage. Donald says Brenda had just assaulted his mom.
When did your aunt move out of the house?
Like a week after.
Put your hand down. She stayed in the house for another week?
Yes.
Was everybody...
Chairman,